Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Friday Night Eclipse. Tonight we're in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where we're coming off an incredibly exciting Money in the Bank PLE. Tonight we'll witness not one, but two matches with our newest Money in the Bank briefcase holders, as two-time Miss Money in the Bank Miu Iruma squares off against Akane Owari, and our newest Mr. Money in the Bank, Agent 47, faces off against Lanz. And tonight the women's tag team division gets a spotlight as the Cyber Idols take on the Harmonious Truth, and we have a triple threat match between three tag team members. So sit back and get ready for the season to kick into a higher gear, because this is Eclipse. And here we go for our first tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first. It is time for the Dark Hour.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 274 pounds, Junior Ivy and Mac Yuri, the Steiner brothers.
And the Dark Hour have been putting in the work, but haven't really gained the recognition they believe that they deserve. Let's see if they can do that here. And their opponents, having one hell of a season thus far, considering who they are. It is Kokichi Yoma and Rantaro Amami, D.I.C.E. And these two on a warpath ever since the very first match, and having their sights set on a title shot against their old rivals, the Big Bang Theory. Let's see if they can pull the trigger. Here we go, Junpei, Rantaro, first in the ring. And referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle with Rantaro immediately beginning with a double leg dropkick, forcing Junpei up to his feet. Knife edge chops, kick right to the face, and now Rantaro heading to the corner, taking in Kokichi. And Kokichi with a stomp right to the brim of the hat, double leg dropkick to the back of the head. And a head scissor elbow that Junpei slips out of. Junpei coming off of a rather disappointing loss to Fox last week in a main event match, no less. Turning that punch around and setting Kokichi up and down with a neckbreaker suplex. And a little peek behind the curtains, but we nearly had to cancel this show tonight due to inclement weather. But we're doing it now, so let's hope we can finish. Junpei takes out Makoto with a kick right to the spine. And judging by the runtime of this video, you can probably tell if we've made it through all 6 matches or not. Standing shooting star press from Makoto. Stomp to the wrist, turning Rantaro around. And now locking in submission that is immediately called off because of a rope break. And now Makoto heading up top. Looking to fly, there's a cross body that misses. Now forcing Rantaro up to his feet. Toss into the corner, tagging in Junpei. Irish whip, double back, body drop. And now Junpei looking to run, but Makoto getting in the way, so just opting for a opting for a stomp to the arm. Junpei forcing Rantaro up to his feet. Toss to the corner, tagging Makoto back in. And looking for another all-out attack. Rantaro rolling through, that's a rope break. And now trapping the arms. And just bashing in the base of the neck. Forcing Makoto back up to his feet, kick to the chest. Punch right to the back, and now heading back to the corner, tagging in Kokichi. Makoto to the outside, climbing back into the ring, and a drop kick right to the leg. And picking up Kokichi, rolling through. Sliding to the outside, Kokichi with a clothesline. Kokichi walking Makoto, tossing him back into the ring. There's 4, but no longer. Kokichi up top. Looking to fly with a crossbody. And the cover, there's 1. Makoto kicks out. Irish whip over the top rope. Kokichi just staring down Makoto for tagging in Rantaro. Rantaro sliding out of the ring. Makoto with a reversal, tossing Rantaro up over the shoulder and bashing the knee into Rantaro's shoulder. Referee trying to get them back into the ring. Makoto happily obliging. 5, and that's it. Makoto heading to the corner, tagging in Junpei. Junpei with the wrist clutches and just stomping down on the chest, and now heading to the outside. Looking for a crossbody. Rantaro seeing that coming, just stepping out of the way. Double A dropkick. Rantaro tagging out Kokichi back in. And now Kokichi. Satellite DDT. But Junpei with the reversal, turning that into a suplex, going for a pin, but only a rope break. And now the ground and pound. And now Junpei tossing Kokichi into the corner, tagging in Makoto for another all-out attack. Uppercut to the gut, and now Makoto forcing Kokichi up over the shoulders. Small package side slam. And the cover that Rantaro immediately breaks up. But advantage wholeheartedly in the Dark Hour's favor. And the facebuster, there's one, there's two. Kokichi kicks out just before three. Kokichi forcing Makoto up to his feet. Makoto turning that around. Flying forearm and now tagging out. Allowing Kokichi to tag out, though. Not entirely sure that was a good idea. And now Rantaro flying forearm. Irish whip diving underneath. And a tackle. Into the cover. There's 1, 2. Junpei kicks out. And now Rantaro locking in the headlock. Makoto breaks it up. Now Makoto to the outside. Rantaro tags out Kokichi back in. And Junpei with an arm breaker. Just making his way, just meandering his way to the corner, taking in Makoto. And now Kokichi flying clothesline, forcing Makoto back up to his feet. Toss into the corner, tagging in Rantaro for their tag team attack. Rantaro forcing Makoto up. Double leg drop kick. And the cover, one. Only one. And now toss into the corner. Looking to take in Kokichi, but Makoto elbows out. And a falling neck breaker. Just trying to keep Rantaro down. Rantaro back up to his feet and immediately elbowing out of the grapple. Drop kick to the chest. And tags out. Kokichi kneeing on the thigh. Forcing Makoto up to his feet. Tossing him into the corner. And a scoop slam. Or heading to the corner, Makoto tags out. And this is why you really shouldn't leave your opponent alone. Even when tagging out, just like toss them into the corner or something. Rantaro breaks it up and now Junpei with the fireman's suplex, but Kokichi reverses. Super kick turning that around and now dragging Rantaro away from the rope, or Junpei away from the ropes, going for the pin. Makoto has to break that up, and now neither team with advantage, which means that D.I.C.E is going to have the advantage because Kokichi is going to toss Junpei into the corner. Okay, wrong corner. Kokichi up top. Diving leg drop to the chest. Forcing Junpei back up to his feet. Taking him down. Just working on the arm, on the shoulder. Stomp to the kidney. And now both men along the outside. Kokichi with a spinning arm breaker. But Junpei reversing. There's 6, and now Junpei back into the ring. There's 7. Makoto's along the outside, keeping tabs on Kokichi. Referee's at 8. Make that 9. And Kokichi's back in. But there's a double leg dropkick to the back. Elbow. And now Junpei along the outside. Springboard frog splash. And not good for the cover, instead taking out. Makoto the knee strike. Heading up top. Getting Kokichi back up to his feet. And a crossbody. Not going for the pin. Instead, looking for the submission that Kokichi immediately reverses. Satellite DDT. And now Kokichi forcing Makoto back up to his feet. Looking to toss into the corner, but Makoto reversing that. Turning Kokichi around. Strike right to the shoulders. Bouncing Kokichi off the turnbuckle suplex. And now you go for the pin. 1, 2, 3. And the Dark Hour showing that they will absolutely not go quiet into the night. Yeah, they had to disturb the peace a little bit. But look into my eyes, how many puns can I make? Probably a lot that I'm just not thinking of. There was some mass destruction in that ring tonight. I am not sorry in the slightest.
Here are your winners. and Junior Ivy, the Steiner Brothers.
And for our next matchup of the evening, introducing first, he is your newest Mr. Money in the Bank, Agent 47.
From Bucharest, Romania, weighing in at 187 pounds, the Assassin AK-47.
And 47 basically uncontested climbing the ladder on Sunday. Meaning that once he got his hands on the briefcase, he could take his time. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what happened.
And his opponent, representing the Union from Stillwater, weighing in at 173 pounds, Lanz.
And his opponent, representing Ouroboros, It is Lanz. And here we go. Both men ready. And referee rings the bell and meet in the middle with 47 immediately looking for a clothesline, but Lanz turning that into a collar and elbow, now locking both men up. And Lanz pushing 47 back into the corner. Lanz going for the cover. There's one. 47 kicks out and turns that around, going for a cover himself. There's one. Lanz kicks out. Now both men locking each other up again. Lanz again forcing 47 back into the corner. And 47 kicks out. The referee giving him a warning. And 47 with the belly-to-belly suplex. Trying to get Lanz back up to his feet. And springboard crossbody. Looking for a ground and pound, but Lanz turning that into the ground and pound himself. And an elbow right to the knee. Trying to disable the offense as much as possible. And now Lanz work on the ankle. Stomp to the gut. Kick to the arm. And a stomp to the face. Lanz sending 47 for a run, diving underneath. And a big back body drop, pushing 47 down, go for the pin. 1. Axe handle punch. And now Lanz getting 47 back up to his feet. Diving, looking for a neck draw or neck breaker, but 47 turning that into a reversal. And a tilt whirl DDT. And now armbar locked in. Lanz easily finding the escape. And now forcing 47 back up to his feet. Knife edge chop, uppercut. Shot right to the throat. And a moonsault from Lanz going for the cover. There's one, there's two. 47 kicks out. And the assassin kicking the Spec Ops off of him. And just choking Lanz in the corner. Again, if I'm wrong about anything about not Persona 3, Xenoblade 3, I'm sorry, I'm still very early on in the game. Haven't had much time. Lands with a headbutt right between the shoulders, tossing 47 aside. And spearing 47 down. And just in case anyone was wondering, I just got to the part where you got to the castle and destroyed the big gun. And Uni freaked out. Anyway, Lanz just dragging his arm across 47's face. Pushing him down, go for the cover. There's 1, 2, 47 kicks out. And a diving elbow drop finds its mark. And it lands with an RKO and the cover. 1, 2, 47 kicks out. And it lands, stomping on the arm. Bashing the head in. Or head into the canvas. And 47 with a dragon screw. And looking for the cover. Or looking for the finisher, rather. And now, the final rest. Locked in. And 47 releasing the hold. Because this game hasn't been fixed. Diving elbow. Yeah, it doesn't matter what settings I use. I might have to hard reset the settings and just try again. Headlock. I'm surprised that wasn't a rope break. It's a rope break. And 47. Kick to the chest. One more final rest. Will he release the hold? He does. Lands with the reversal kick to the chest. Small package slam. And Lanz looking for one more RKO. And looking to put this one away. There's 1, there's 2, and he does. Very back and forth match. But Lanz was the MVP. You were all thinking it. I was waiting for an opportunity to use that quote.
Here is your winner, Lanz!
Lanz putting away Mr. Money in the Bank like it was nothing. And again, the MVP that match was Lanz. And for our next matchup,
The following contest,
introducing first, representing Ascension,
representing
it is Nia.
from the city of Atlantis, Nia.
Nia coming very, very shy of winning the women's tag team belts with Melia just past Sunday. That was still like one of the best matches this season. Let's see if she can bounce back.
And her opponent from Mexico City, Lexibor.
And her opponent, it is the Plague Doctor, Lexibor. I'm disappointed in this game because Monterrey, Mexico is not in the game for some reason, or if it is, I can't find it. Even though Monterrey is like one of the biggest cities in Mexico. And here we go, both women ready. Ref rings bell, Lexi immediately running towards Nia and hitting with a scissor kick. Nia getting back up to her feet and now locking up Lexi. Both women in the collar and elbow, and now Lexi with a headlock. Trying to gain position. And Nia just pushing over the top rope. And a slingshot sends her off. Nia jumping up top. Like a cat on the prowl, turning around. And now sending Lexi for an Irish whip over the top rope again. Very reminiscent of a particular, or of a specific triple threat match last year, where Ibuki just kept getting tossed out of the ring. Nia walking Lexi up to the corner, but Lexi elbowing out. Irish whip. And Lexi with an elbow right to the chest. Look for the stomp. Nia back up to her feet. Now Lexi with a Hurricane Rana. With a head scissor toss. Pick up Nia, kick to the spine. Just working on the arm. Now trying to get Nia back up to her feet. Walking her to the western ropes now. Off the rope, into the elbow, into the rope, into the elbow. Now Lex just stomping down on the Gormati. And a diving elbow right to the gut. Showing off a little bit. Now the Plague Doctor staring down at her opponent. Back elbow, looking for the kick, but Nia catching that. Elbow right to the knee, and now sending Lexi for an Irish whip and a trip. Using her as a balance beam. Lexi avoiding that, but Nia tilt toward armbar that Lexi rolls out of. Now Lexi lining up a hip attack in the corner and setting up Nia, sending her down into the cover. Not even a 1 count. Nia with a split leg breaker. Picking Lexi back up to her feet. And looking for the Gormati special, looking for the 6. 1. 9. Now heading up top. Diving crossbody splash finds its mark. And now Nia to the outside. Looking to fly again. Double leg drop kick. And here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Nia making very quick work with the Plague Doctor. I mean, let's be honest, Lexi did have a decent match, but once that 619 hit, might as well call 911 because it was over. Not 1, but 2 springboards. If we're counting top rope as a springboard, which I would consider it. And that's a good bounce back match after a disappointing loss at a tag team title. Nia proving that she still has it. Just a bit of a tough loss. And next, introducing first, it is the Phoenix, the ultimate gymnast, Akane Owari. And her opponent, for the second time in 3 years, she is your Miss Money in the Bank, Miu Iruma. And here we go, both women ready. And referee rings the bell, and they meet in the middle with Akane immediately locking up Miu. Miu Akane back into the corner, though. And referee having to break them up. Bit of a cheap shot from Miu. Kick to the gut. Akane turning that around, sending Miu into the corner, now setting her up top. A punch for the stun. And now... top rope Hurricane Rana heads to their toss. Or top rope heads to their toss, excuse me. Akane to the outside. Springboard double leg dropkick does not find its mark. And now Miu, double leg dropkick to the chest. Stomp to the arm. And Miu, what is she looking for here? Enzigiri. And an elbow drop. Rolling Akane onto her side, kick to the spine. And Akane with an uppercut to the chin. And locking each other up yet again. Miu turning that around, wrist lock. And Akane turning that around into a arm triangle. Sending Miu down, just working on that rotator cuff. And Miu finding the strength to escape and turning that into a hammerlock. Just wrenching, preventing any form of escape. And Akane escaping. And now wrenching on Miu's arm. Fantastic showcase of technique from both. And now Miu punching her way out. Hurricane Rana heads to her toss, and the cover, or tilt-a-whirl heads to her toss. Only a 1 count. I think I still need to, like, properly learn the names, I'm sorry. Akane bottom rope moonsault. And the cover only 1. Akane with a standing Phoenix moonsault. And heading up top, turning around. Another moonsault into the cover. There's 1, there's 2, and Miu pops the shoulder just before 3. Akane up top again, but Miu rolls out of the way. Akane elbowing out, looking for a clothesline to the back. Miu rolls out of the way and turns that into a chop block to the leg. And sending Akane running into the corner. Akane elbowing out. Dragon screw. And the cover, there's 1, there's 2. And Akane with a kick right to the spine. Miu rolling out to the out to the apron. And Akane with a hot shot, sending Miu to the outside, rolling out to join her. Miu kicks Akane off, forcing her up to her feet. Toss into the corner. Miu walking Akane back into the ring. Rolling in after her before the count of 5, and now Miu going for the cover. There's 1. Akane kicks out. And now Miu with the triple X-plex. And the cover. 1, 2, no. Miu with a leg breaker. Picking Akane up, kick to the spine. And now heading up top. Diving senton. Getting Akane back up to her feet. And walking her to the corner. Miu looking to build something here. Heading up top. What is she looking for? Superplex. And now Miu not quite done. Okay, now she is going for the cover. There's 1, 2, 3. Not entirely sure what that arm breaker at the end really accomplished, but all right, Miu.
Here is your winner, the Engineer, Beautiful May.
And it seems like Miu just kind of levels up her game whenever she's holding the Money in the Bank briefcase, and that is evident. And now for a penultimate matchup of the evening. It is a triple threat match. Introducing first, representing the Big Bang Theory, it is the luminary of the stars himself, and one half of your men's tag team champions, Kaito Momota.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring, representing Air Boom from New York, weighing in at 164 pounds, one half of the men's hybrid tag team champions, Kaito Momota.
And this is not just any triple threat match. It is a triple threat match between 3 tag team members. Well, 2 tag team members and a pseudo tag team member, but whatever. And second, or I guess for Kaito's opponents, introducing, representing Ouroboros, it is Taion. And last but not least,
Representing Too Cool from the pits of hell, weighing in at 196 pounds.
representing the Skelebros, it is Sans. Here we go, Kaito, Taion, Sans, all ready, and referee rings the bell. And Kaito and Taion immediately going after each other. Taion with a slap, and now Sans from behind with a swinging neck breaker. Now double leg drop kick right to the back of Kaito, turning his attention back over to Taion, setting him down, and then enziguri. Kaito with a knife edge chop. Shot right to the back, and now turning back over to Taion, who turns that around. Spinning clothesline, and Sans tossing Taion up over the ropes, and stomping down on the hand of Kaito. Swinging neck breaker, and now Sans rolling to the outside. Taion sending Kaito for a run and under the arms with a back body drop. Guess, I don't know. I'm forgetting a lot of names today. Kaito to the outside. Heading underneath the ring, getting a kendo stick, and now Sans rolling Taion up with a wrist lock, and Kaito dropping the kendo stick to break that up. Not entirely sure why. Now walking Sans over to the corner, tossing him, lining him up for a guillotine. Now Taion to the outside, looking to deal a little bit of damage to Sans, who rolls to the outside to join the party. Kaito now with the kendo stick. Bashing Sans over the skull within, now heading over to Taion. Back over to Sans. And a stomp right to the femur. Forcing Sans back up to his feet. And a drop right onto the kendo stick. Taion with a clothesline to the back of the neck. Stomp to the upper arm. And tossing Kaito into the barricade. Sands rolling up Taion. And Kaito sending Sands for an Irish whip, but no, Sands the one sending Kaito for an Irish whip. Kaito taking Sands down, going for a cover. There's 1 and out. Sands going for the cover, and Taion's just going to break that up. Sands rolling out of the way. Up, over, and a power bomb. And now Kaito just slamming Taion down, going for the cover. There's 1 and only 1. Sands with a kick to the gut, looking for a DDT, but Taion punching his way out. And a shot right to the spine. Kaito with a big boot. Sands going for the cover, only 1. Now Kaito with a shoulder barge right to the back of Taion, forcing him up to his feet. And the short shoot kicks. There's 5 right to the head. And now Kaito heading underneath the ring, looking for a baseball bat. Sands rolling up Taion. And again, Kaito has to drop his weapon to save Taion from Sands. If I had a nickel. And now Sands going for the cover. There's 1. Kaito kicks out. Back up to his feet. And now Taion forcing up the skeleton, sending him down. Here comes the Luminaire of the Stars into a half hitch. Knees to the chest, knee to the spine. Kaito rolling to the outside as Taion works on Sands. Suplex in the corner. Getting into the corner. And a clothesline. And a satellite DDT. Causing a bone bleed. And now Kaito with a facebuster going for the cover. Yep, there's Sands. And now Kaito with the clothesline. Getting the baseball bat. In prime position, but Taion back up to his feet, taking Kaito down. Going for a surprise pin attempt. Kaito kicks out. And now Taion looking for the finisher, but here comes Sands. Sideways big boot, now going after Kaito, head right onto the baseball bat. Sands with the submission, saved by Taion. There's a neck breaker. And now Kaito sending Sands for an Irish whip. There is a shoulder tackle. Kick right to the spine. Going after Taion. Knee to the back of the head. And now pick up the baseball bat. Just working on Taion, throwing the baseball bat at him. Not entirely sure why Kaito didn't even try to go for a single pin attempt there. And now Taion locking in Kaito for a standing submission. Here comes Sands, breaking it up. And now Sands. Headlock applied to Taion. Trying to make the technician tap, and he will. And in this tag team triple threat singles match, controlled chaos. Not as much as I was expecting. Not as much, chaos and just unpredictability that I was expecting, but not bad. Still don't know why Kaito didn't even try to go for a pin attempt when both Sans and Taion were down, but whatever. And here's a submission to put it away. A very innocuous crossface armbar, but you don't always have to be innocuous. And Sans with a beautiful triple threat win. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first, making their way to the ring with Poppy QT. It is Ibuki Momota and Hatsune Miku. They are the Cyber Idols.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Precious QT, the Idol, Momota, and the superstar the Crew.
And is this going to be another instant classic in the, well, chain of instant classic matches in this division? I hope so.
And their opponents, the Women's Hybrid Tag Team Champions, Kaito and Sawyer My Zero. Truth and Consequences.
And their opponents. They are still your women's tag team champions after a successful defense against Ascension on Sunday in an absolutely incredible match that came down to literal millimeters. It is Sayaka Mizono and Kyoko Kirigiri. Harmonious Truth. Here we go, both teams ready. Miku, Sayaka, the first in the ring, and the referee rings the bell for this tag team main event. Sayaka with a leg chop right to the back of the knee, and now just chopping the wood, getting out of the way of that dive from Miku. And now stomp right to the ankle. Sayaka forcing Hatsune Miku back up to her feet. Look for the right hands, but Miku with a reversal. Sayaka with a reversal right back. Kick right to the thigh. I think Ricky's in the audience. We can hurt a hero upon Ricky. Anyway, Sayaka with a choke right to the chest. Miku to the outside, climbing back in. And rolling out of the way, and Miku with a leg chop. Sending Sayaka into the corner. Tagging in Ibuki. First tag team attack. Double knees right to the spine. And now Ibuki turning Sayaka around. Sweeping the leg, and now forcing Sayaka up. Double leg dropkick right to the spine. And a senton. Ibuki with a frog splash. Going for the cover. There's one. There's Kyoko. And Ibuki just knocking the distance she needed on that dive. Heading to the corner. Tagged in Miku. Miku staring down Sayaka. Falling off the apron. But having enough time to get back into the ring. But Sayaka elbowing out. Sending Miku into the corner, tagging in Kyoko. And now Harmonious Truth looking for a tag team attack. Up over the shoulder and a double shoulder suplex. Kyoko now. Immediately locking in a wrist clutch. Looking to make Miku tap, and Miku out within seconds. Sending Kyoko down, looking for an elbow drop. Kyoko rolls out of the way. Stomping the back of the head. And Kyoko to the corner, taking in Sayaka. And Sayaka with a double leg stomp. Forcing Miku back up to her feet. Kick to the chest. Double knees. Backstabber. And Sayaka running right into the Kyoko, even though there was a free corner on the other side of the ring. Miku taking out Ibuki back in. And Ibuki sending Sayaka for a run. Sayaka turning that around with a clothesline. And forcing Ibuki back up to her feet. Snap mirror. Kick to the spine. And tagging in Sayaka taking in Kyoko. Kyoko immediately caught by the kicks by Ibuki. And a senton from the Punk Star. Open palm slap. Doubling dropkick right to the spine. And now Ibuki making her way to the corner, taking in Miku. There's one. Kyoko kicks out. Miku tagging in Ibuki again, looking for another tag team attack. Double knees to the spine again. And Ibuki looking for the enziguri, missing the first time, connects on the second. And looking for the cover, and Sayaka breaks it up. And Ibuki chasing Sayaka out of the ring. And forcing Kyoko back up to her feet. Up, over the shoulder. And a running power slam. Sayaka look for the tag. Gets it, and we're back to Sayaka versus Miku. Sayaka rolls out of a clothesline that missed by like 5 feet. And now up top. Turning around. 540 corkscrew moonsault into the cover. There's one, and Ibuki is going to break it up. But the champions with a bit of an advantage here. And Sayaka, what are you doing? Ibuki's not the one that you should be focusing on. Unless you're trying to keep Ibuki in the ring to get them disqualified by counting? Bold strategy. Miku with a stomp right to the leg, and now right to the ankle. Forcing Sayaka back up to her feet, knife edge chop. And sending Sayaka down, tagging Ibuki back in. Open palm strike missed, and now Sayaka on the offense. Suplex. I can see nothing but a sheet of light outside my window. And a Hurricane Rana from Sayaka. And by that I mean like it's snowing a lot right here, right now. There's one, there's two. Ibuki kicks out. Yep, I'm in the middle of a blizzard. Middle of March. Fun times. Sayaka sending Ibuki down with a hammerlock suplex. And now heading to the corner, taking in Kyoko. And Kyoko with a facebuster going for the cover right next to the ropes. There's one, there's two. Ibuki kicks out. Kyoko staring down at Ibuki. Forcing her up to her feet. Knife edge chop, kick to the gut. Knee to the nose. And Kyoko with a flying elbow from the corner. There's 1, 2, 3. And in 1 week, Harmonious Truth defeating both of their tag team rivals. And yeah, like I said, I would not be surprised if this match ended up being another instant classic. And I mean, it was certainly a great tag team match. And as we watch the replays and Harmonious Truth celebration, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight, and hope to see you next week on Monday for J Ramada, Wednesday for Wingcrest, and Friday, like always, for Eclipse, as we get ready for our third PLE of the year.
Here are your winners, and Sawyer, my zero. Truth and consequences.
But with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us, and hope to see you in the future. But until then, we are signing out from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. See ya.